Hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. I'm sitting here in my sipping den. And just to let you know about the channel, I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol. And to get it all sorted out so you can find everything so nice and beautiful, I have one of the most extensive, up-to-date, and easy to maneuver playlists on YouTube. And I implore you to go there, because not are you going to find the playlist of your most favorite libation, but you're gonna, as you're looking at it, you're gonna see some things that just shock and awe you. I mean it, I promise you. There's some cool stuff on there. I also do my famous Sunday morning coffee reviews. Now, this is a one-stop shop right here, right? This is the only channel you're ever gonna need when it comes to alcohol and coffee. And you know, I do all these reviews with half my taste buds tied behind my back to make it fair. Yeah. Well, today we got a tricky one. I just bought a little baby, alright? That's all I wanted to get, believe me. Alright, Early Times. If you pick up a bottle of Early Times, you're going to see it says Kentucky whiskey. Doesn't say bourbon anywhere on it. It says aged in oak, it's 80 proof. The website for Total Wine, because I want to see how much it is for $7.50. They sell for $9.99. Says Early Times bourbon. It's not. It's American whiskey. There's a reason it's not on this label. Bourbon, amongst a lot of things, one of the things, it has to be aged in a brand new charred oak container, is how it's written. The container, of course, everybody uses is a barrel, and everybody uses white American oak because it tastes good. They don't have to, man. Anyway, this is put into second fill bourbon barrels. They're not brand new, this whiskey. So, cannot be called a bourbon. It is not a bourbon. Doesn't make it bad. Most people think it's a bourbon. I'm going to probably put it under my American whiskey playlist because that's what it is. And I'll stick it under my bourbon playlist because that's what most people think it is. It was actually made in 1860 by Jack Beam, who is Jim Beam's brother. Then it was sold in 1923 to Brown-Forman. And they still own it today. Early Times. Give it a fair shake. I don't make any of these. I don't make any money off them, so if I or you don't like them, no skin off me. And if you do, I don't get anything for it. I didn't make it either way, but I will review it and see if I like it. There's the useless color. All right. It smells like bourbon, but everything's the same except it's not put into a brand new, right, charred container. Kind of like Michter's American whiskey. They do it, it's exactly like their bourbon whiskey. Except instead of putting in a new barrel, they make their bourbon whiskey. Then they take some of that same mash bill and they put it in the bourbon whiskey barrel. After they empty it, boom, it's American whiskey. It's kind of like what this is. And you know, Brown-Forman has a lot of barrels to choose from. Right, that company. So it's got your standard, you know, I'm smelling wood. Sweetness and grain. A lot of grain coming through. That's about it. Floral, some sweet note, graininess. A lot of grain. It's not off-putting. It's you know, it's grain forward. It's kind of weird. It's getting more and more like wheat and barley. Maybe a little corn. Now it's most. I didn't look at the mash bill. I thought I heard somewhere it was 79% corn. It's damn near a corn whiskey. All right. Let's give it a sip. Give it an acclimation sip first. 80 proof if I didn't say. Wow. All right. So blindfolded, or not blind, if you just handed this to me, I'm going to guess bourbon. That's what I would guess. But tasting it, I would not guess bourbon. I would guess I think I would guess corn whiskey. Corn whiskey. Put into a barrel for some amount of time. Because that's exactly what it tastes like. It has a very, very thin mouthfeel. It has absolutely no burn in the alcohol. And, well, probably has a little. I'm so used to drinking high proof spirits. This is 80. Very little alcohol kick to it. Corn, thin. A little bit of wood with the smell and the taste. It's how you know it's been put into wood if you were tasting it blind. I'm not getting a whole it's kind of a sweet corn, thin, mild flavored whiskey. You know what this would be good compared to? And I bet it would get blown away, but we're going to do it. I'm going to get some mellow corn. Hold on a second. Let's try it next to some mellow corn. Straight corn, Kentucky straight corn whiskey, Heaven Hill. 100 proof. This is bonded. Yeah, bonded. Thought it wasn't. Alright. Now look at the color difference. There's mellow corn. I don't know about American whiskey, really. I don't know if you can color it. Anyway. They do smell similar, because this reminded me a little bit of a mellow corn. I think it's like $11.99 for that. Of course, it's bond and bond. It's at least 4 years old, and it has to meet a bunch of rules to be bonded and bond. It's got to go through a little more than this. Brings up the expense a little bit. $7.99, $11.99, or excuse me, $9.99, $11.99. Of course, this is 100 proof too. It's got that nice corn, popcorn, buttery. So it takes the corn to another level because it adds the butter and like a popcorn. Where this was just corn, I wasn't getting like butter and stuff like that. You know, if bourbon and rye is something that is too harsh for you, it's okay, right? You want something a little more mild, this is fine. I mean, it's got some flavor. It's easy to drink. Maybe too easy. I wouldn't put any ice on it. You could. I mean, it would disappear. I guess you could put it in a Coke or something like that. I could see sipping it. Now, most people who buy it aren't going to do it. I'm knowing right what we're doing. I don't think, as long as it doesn't taste disgusting, you have to spit it out, and it doesn't. They're not going to sit here and analyze a $9.99 bottle of whiskey. But I think if you know what, compare it to mellow corn. Mellow corn's only $11.99. This is only $9.99. Even this price may vary. But if you can get a little one, you get you a mellow corn, and you get your baby. I don't think they make mellow corn the baby, or it'd be perfect. And compare it. It's a fun comparison. Whiskeys are similar. They are. Mellow corn's just a little more buttery and popcorny, and that's more corny with a little more wood flavor. This is obviously put into wood too, but Well, that's my opinion of it. It reminded me of mellow corn, and so I got the mellow corn, and it is kind of close to mellow corn. Well, corn has a different profile a little bit, but I could see the similarities. All right, so if you want to see the similarities, get you some mellow corn. There's a lot of things you can do with mellow corn. And it's a good sipper, too. And they get you a little bottle of this, and, you know, you can always serve it to friends, put it in Coke, use it as a mixer, or just sip it with ice, I guess, on a hot day, and you don't really want to think about anything. That's my review of it. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe now.